The next question I got for you, an important one here.
Sure.
Can Leclerc ever beat Verstappen?
Yeah, I think so. I mean,
Is it over an entire season?
It's difficult to say.
Like,
I mean,
is this? I guess the better question is like, is this Leclerc how he's going to be always?
no, I really don't think so. I think he's become a much stronger driver than he was when he first started. Um, not not so much in speed as much as in like confidence, especially like at the first half of the season. He was like really just like naturally driving. He felt like he was just doing well, and he felt calm and like just like very very solid driving. um I think he's still that, and I think he's gonna be like that for like at least another like 3 or 4 years. Well, he still has like that young edge. So I think there's plenty of opportunities for him to come back and learn from this, and maybe have a better car too. The Ferrari has not been the most reliable, and it's also not generally the fastest, especially on the straights, which is a big problem. So no, I don't think you can seal his fate yet. I think he's still among the top 5 best drivers in the grid. Like he's if not top 3, the most talented ones. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think it's very possible. And Verstappen also, like under different circumstances, I think he's liable to falter under the pressure as well.
I think it's very difficult for Verstappen to ever like be put under that much pressure. Like you need to put Verstappen under a lot of pressure for him to start becoming like really aggressive, and for him to start showing like his dark side per se. And I don't know if Leclerc can actually do that. Leclerc reminds me a little bit of Montoya, where like Montoya was probably faster than any other guy in the grid, but he was also prone to accidents. Also reliability issues all the time. He would put in like amazing laps together or amazing performances, but then he was kind of like his own worst enemy. Leclerc is not as aggressive as Montoya was, but it's just like in that aspect, just like a really fast driver that has reliability issues and like prone to accidents on his own terms. Yeah. So I don't know. It like with Montoya, that's just who he was the whole time, and I think that that he didn't change or evolve from that driving style. So like my question is like, can Leclerc overcome that? I know that he's on the younger side. I think Montoya was like 25 or 26. I think Leclerc is a little bit younger than that, like 21, 22. I don't know how old Leclerc is. I think
he's like 24 or actually 25 at this point.
How old is Charles Leclerc? Good question here. 24.
24.
Yeah, Montoya was 26 when like he was already set on his ways, and this was like around 2003 when like he kind of could fight for the championship. So like, is this like Leclerc? I know that it doesn't mean that if one driver was like this at certain age than this driver, but it's just a point of comparison, where I think like, is this just how the driver is going to be forever? That's just their style.
I mean, I'm sure it's not going to go away entirely, but I feel like he's still good enough to win championships. He's still like, I don't know, he's still a very like incredible driver. So like, I think there's still gonna be plenty further opportunities. Of course, this was a year in which like it was certainly achievable. And I don't know. We're talking like it's over, but it may not be. There's still like a chance for redemption, chance for mistakes, and maybe the Red Bull reliability comes.
Yeah, it has to be Verstappen mistakes, or it has to be reliability. But Verstappen mistakes are not going to happen, and the Red Bull actually seems pretty reliable at the moment, more so than the Ferrari. The Ferrari doesn't seem as reliable as it looked like at the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
So like you had Hamilton and Nico Rosberg together in the same team for like 3 years or so,
Mhm.
where like, or 3 or 4 years, where finally Rosberg beat Hamilton once.
Yeah.
Uh, if Leclerc and Verstappen were on the same team, can Leclerc ever beat Verstappen over an entire season?
I don't know. Well, I mean, if they were in the same team, but the same team was in Red Bull, yes. Like, because I feel like the Red Bull car is customized for Verstappen. It's essentially his car, and that's why nobody else can drive it. And even Perez on his better days, he's not even able to match him. Um, so no, probably not on the Red Bull, but on any other car, I think so actually, because I think Verstappen is actually a little bit more he's more used to the cars as they are at the moment. Whereas I feel like Leclerc is just naturally a better sort of like you put him in any car and he'll drive it well. Like he just has a very natural skill, in my opinion, as to how he just drives a new car. So I think he could do it. I think he could be faster, but yeah, I don't know. But then he also crashed in that Ferrari, on that classic Ferrari. I don't know if you remember. Oh
Like, yeah,
man,
he goes really fast, and then he's just like, "Oh, I have an accident."
yeah, yeah, I don't know. It's kind of a bummer, really. I Because yeah, it's like unprompted mistakes. It's just like I think some carelessness every now and then.
Yeah, like
Uh,
I don't know if he gets too overconfident, or yeah, he puts himself under so much pressure that it's not needed.
yeah,
I don't know why. That's why I say, like, can he iron that out of his system? Because eventually, I think this is the only year that he really had a really good shot, like
mhm.
a really high chance. I don't know if then in the years to come it is going to be as clear as in this year,
Yeah, it's not as
because
certain.
people are gonna catch up. I don't ever like. I know you say, "Oh, it's gonna be always Red Bull, Ferrari." That's not. I think Mercedes at some point is also gonna be up there.
Yeah, and they're almost
Um,
already catching up to the to the Ferraris actually.
yeah.
So
Uh, so it's like the shot that he had. It was on this year, and I think they've been throwing it, both Ferrari and Leclerc.
yeah, it's like Ferrari versus Ferrari, which of course leads to the most obvious and controversial question of all time, which is Ferrari cursed? Which is no, no. The answer is obviously not. I mean, like, no. I mean, you would think that based on like the past like 10 years, where like Ferrari just like had like a bunch of opportunities, and for whatever reasons they managed to throw it all away. But I mean, like, why? I don't know. I don't know. You can say that they're more cursed than like a McLaren or like I don't know, Williams. Williams is not actually a cursed team. That team like lost its hair and like and like it became deaf. I don't know. uh, compared to Ferrari. I mean that team was one of the greatest of all time, and now it's like struggling for ninth. So yeah. No, I don't think Ferrari is really cursed. I think I don't know. I think it's just like they really need to just better the practices. It's very disappointing to see such a good team with such good structure and with so much like love. Like there's people that naturally just love Ferrari. Like everybody relates Formula One to Ferrari, and they have that. Uh, so it's like it's kind of sad to that it's always themselves shooting themselves in the foot. So yeah.